This is Deducter bringing you another commentary playthrough of FTL. And this time I will be using the Engi Cruiser Type A, which is one of the very first ships that the new player will unlock. Because you only have to get to Sector 5 to unlock this ship. This particular ship is unique among all the 9 different ships because it has a drone control system with 3 drone slots as opposed to 2 for every other ship, except for the Type B. The Type B also has 3 drone slots. But to compensate for that, it only has 3 weapons slots. This ship starts with an Ion Blast Mark II. Excellent weapon. It has the fastest firing time of any weapon in the game, and it can quickly bring down the shields of any ship and make sure the shields stay down as long as the weapon hits, of course. And then it starts with an anti-ship drone Mark I to do damage. There's also an augmentation, the Engi Medbot Dispersal. It's quite nice, actually. It basically, when the medbay is powered, crew on the ship will heal a small amount regardless of where they are. It's not as much as they would heal if the crew were healing the medbay, but it's noticeable and it really helps defend against boarders, considering the main weakness of this ship is that it starts with 2 Engi and a human. Engi not exactly known for their combat prowess, so it's very vulnerable to boarding tactics. So Mantis, for instance, would be a nightmare for this ship. Otherwise, the other thing to note is that because the ship starts with an anti-ship drone Mark I, you can't actually target the system you want to target, which makes this ship unusual in another way. So even though the ship can do a lot of damage very quickly, because the anti-ship drone Mark I shoots a fairly fast rate, problem is you can't selectively disable systems. Although if you're clever about micromanaging the Ion Blast Mark II, you can do that. To get the Type B ship, which is truly a completely insane ship, if you can manage to unlock that, which is not difficult. You have achievements here. This one, Robotic Warfare, with the Engi Cruiser, have 3 drones functioning at the same time. Basically, play the ship, you're going to have that achievement towards the end, because you're going to want to use all 3 drones at the same time. And then I hardly lifted a finger with the Engi Cruiser, destroy an enemy ship using only drones, no weapons. That's pretty much... I mean, the way to do this is also extremely easy. Find a ship early on with no shields, activate your anti-ship drone, done. The third one is a bit more challenging. So this particular achievement requires having 4 enemy systems or subsystems locked down at the same time using ion weapons. So to do that, you're going to need to have at least 2 ion weapons. Something like an Ion Blast Mark II plus an Ion Bomb, or even an Ion Blast Mark I. If you're clever about micromanaging, you should be able to do it. It's not too difficult, but it's just very equipment based. Otherwise, this ship is pretty fun. There's actually all sorts of interesting details about the ship. For instance, the teleporter room is actually located right here, north of the med bay. So if you can find some Mantis to join your crew, this is a surprisingly good boarding ship. The small space also makes it very easy for the crew to travel about and repair all the systems very quickly. But conversely, it makes the ship extremely vulnerable to beam weapons. So all in all, this is a very powerful ship, and I think if used correctly, one of the easiest ships to win the game with. Now, now that I've discussed the ship itself, let's start another themed themed adventure, I should say. So, what should we name the ship after this time? I think we will honor another great television series of America, perhaps the greatest comedy, although Seinfeld is a close second. The Corvair spacecraft, featuring astronauts Homer Simpson, Homer S. Simpson. Okay, we have to change this. Let's rename it Homer S like this, because you gotta see Homer there. Yeah. Then, the astronauts Race Banyan. Oops. Of course, the astronauts are Engi, a bunch of clean-cut, athletic go-getters to publicate people like that. And then, of course, Buzz Aldrin, ever great guest star. Second comes right after first. And let us begin. Banyan Aldrin. Let's actually use their first names. I think that makes it better. You know what? We don't need the last initial. Alright, and so with the Corvair spacecraft, Homer Simpson, Buzz Aldrin, and Ray Banyan, we're off to a new game. So, I like to customize this ship. The human, I think, is best to send at the piloting bay, because you want the Engi to be able to run around the ship and repair very quickly. Whereas it's best to have basically the most useless type of, useless isn't the right word, the most generic type of crew to man the piloting area. So, Race here is at the shields, Buzz Aldrin at the weapons, and we have plenty of power. We have 15 drones, seems like a lot, but you want to make sure this number stays above 5, I would say. Oh, the other good thing about this ship I should mention is, since it starts with a drone control system, you can make use of drones immediately. If you find a defense drone, jackpot. You're protected against missiles, mostly. If you find a hull repair drone, you pretty much can't lose the game. So, let us begin. There is a store here. We don't want to go to that store. Let us go here through the nebula, and then to the exit. So, let's see what we find at this beacon. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you in your ship. So, these ships are great because there's a chance that, of course, if you demand the surrender of their goods, they're going to fight. They look like they don't want to fight. They're trying to escape. They actually have a teleporter. That's interesting. So, we will, first, let's see. They sent over someone to the med bay. Definitely want to keep someone in the piloting area. Don't need someone in the shields. Let's do this. And then we'll activate my anti-ship drone. And you want to just focus fire down the shields as soon as possible. The problem with this ship, as you can see, is that I need to disable their FTL. So I'm going to have to target their... okay, good. They must have sent someone to repair. Excellent. Target their helm. Hopefully the shields are down. Let's target their weapons now. So yes, their shields are completely down. And there is fire here. Good thing my Engi can repair it. And then we will activate the oxygen here. Now their ship is completely locked down. Better fire on the helm to make sure. And Race here will go race around the ship to repair the drone control system. And one more hit, that's the end of that ship. The ship was transporting weaponry. You find a piece still intact despite the battle of glaive beam. Wow, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to be able to use the glaive beam early on. I might keep the beam for the ship, or selling it for 60 scrap and getting some other upgrades early on is also a good choice. So into the nebula we go. That's pretty crazy. Glaive beam, the first encounter. I really like the glaive beam. Okay, you're arriving in the middle of a plasma storm. Despite the harsh conditions, a rebel scout seems to be waiting for you. This is a problem. I gotta pause to think about this. Wow, this is a big problem. We only have 5 slots. In other words, we have enough to power the ion blast and the anti-ship drone. Nothing else. Well, good luck to me. Oh, that's interesting. The anti-ship drone took out the shields like that. Let's target down their weapon system. Okay. Then we power the engines. Didn't work. That's alright. And it looks like all their weapons are offline. The enemy ship appears to be powering FTL. It's trying to escape. Ooh, better focus down the weapons some more. So it looks like I'll have this ship finished off in no time. This is pretty close, actually. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful material. Fuel, drone parts, scrap. Excellent. let us keep going through the nebula. I love traveling through nebulae. You detect a Mantis expedition vessel returning home with its hull. So determined are they, in fact, that they don't wait to see if you're hostile before firing. Fortunately, this Mantis ship does not have teleporter. Otherwise, it's going to be highly annoying. This, though, can be dealt with. So, I like to fire first, and then activate the drone. That way, we maximize damage. Otherwise, ooh, they have an Artemis missile. Oh, we disabled the missile. Good, excellent. Sometimes, though, I mean, you really should focus fire more on shields to lock it down like that. Excellent. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials again. So, I love upgrading shields Mark II as soon as possible. And let's continue. It appears that an automated rebel scout was positioned within the nebula to warn of your passing. The ship starts to power its FTL drive. If it gets away, it will no doubt warn, etc., etc. We don't need engines for this. Activate the anti-ship drone, and we'll use ion blast to concentrate down their helm. Don't need engines, because with level 2 shields, my ship is completely invincible. All they have is basic laser and a beam weapon. But it's still important to try to destroy the ship so it doesn't jump away. Destroy the ship as fast as possible. Which, as you can see, this ship, when it operates correctly, does a tremendous amount of damage very quickly because of how fast the anti-ship drone fires. Need 25 to upgrade power. Ooh, a sun. I don't like suns. This beacon has been placed too close to the Supergiant Class M star. Etc., etc. This is a Zoltan ship with a heavy laser and a glaive beam. Not a glaive beam, what am I talking about? That's a pike beam. So, again, I do not need engines. Let's activate the anti-ship drone, ion blast. This ship is fantastic because Zoltan shields are basically instantly annihilated by the ion blast plus the anti-ship drone. So, it is a complete non-entity. They offer you some of the cargo if you let them live, but their offer is paltry, so we will not accept surrender. Solar flare. Let's see how much it damages the ship. That's not so bad. Didn't even lose any hull. We'll vent the fire out into space. Oh, right. I need to, power the engines to escape from here. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. I forgot that at sun planets, you have to charge the engines because it doesn't automatically recharge after battle, which means I'll probably have to eat at least one more solar flare. But fortunately, I have level 2 shields. Huh, maybe not. I don't even have to take another solar flare. Excellent. Let's go to this beacon and see what's going on here. Scanners are showing intelligent life forms on a nearby planet. No match for them can be found on the database. Investigate. Okay, it's this event. If you have a slug, you can get a free Engi guaranteed. But, so you land a small shuttle in an enormous field whose only occupants are small, brightly colored, six-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? If you try to communicate peacefully, it's really good. None of your attempts to communicate seems to work. They just stare at you silently. As they prepare to leave, one of the creatures canters forward and forcibly nudges you away from the ship. He seems to want you to follow him. Eventually, creatures guide you to an old Engi ship's crash site. Inside, you are able to find and reactivate an Engi. Fuel 1. And get some fuel missiles and scrap. Excellent. This is great. This Engi ship has now 3 Engi crew members, including someone who can go man the engines. So, this is working out very nicely, I have to say. I guess with this ship, we're going to have to do a themed playthrough, using mostly just the weapons and drones and ignore teleportation. My favorite strategy, it's arguably overpowered, is to use teleporters, but doing that every game gets kind of boring. Oh, I forgot to upgrade some more. Your jump leads to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there is nothing else around here. Let us upgrade power. Let's go here. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Since we have plenty of haul, let's explore the asteroid field. A pirate ship hiding behind one of the larger asteroids attacks you. Yeah, that event can generate all sorts of different outcomes. Asteroid field, huh? We'll depower the oxygen to power the anti-ship drone. Although, I don't even honestly need to use a drone. Best to do it though. This ship has 2 lasers. It could potentially hurt me. In between the asteroids plus the lasers. Yeah. Oh, I destroyed my drone? Gotta be kidding. Okay. So when lasers like hit drones, it can destroy them, or missiles. The game is pretty cool in that sense. It's like completely by accident that happens, but it can happen on occasion. You know, so I will not accept their paltry offer. Too little scrap. This is what I mean. My shields are down, and if an asteroid hits, that'd be no good. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material, including 1 drone part. So far, we've been pretty lucky about finding drone parts, which is good. Need to keep the drone number high on an Engi ship. Or best of all, find the augment drone recovery arm. Then it's that's the best possible augment. Then you don't need any drones. Well, you need like 10 as a safety, because on occasion you'll lose drones to random events like that. But anyway, you arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship to aid him. Shall we respond? Sure. Great. I was worried no one would respond. My usual carrier is days late. I need you to deliver this cargo of drone parts to a small station a few jumps from here. I'll pay you a bit of scrap now, but they will surely tip you generously. I will accept, of course. So, the quest beacon is over here, the stress beacon, and then we can go to the exit. Sounds good to me. Let's see what is going on at this quest beacon. You arrive at the location given to you by the merchant. You are supposed to deliver drone parts to the station here. You find the small research station and discover it's putting out distress signals. Strangely, there is no response to your hails. Okay, I've seen this event before. So this is a very bad event. If you dock with this station and investigate, I mean, I know from a metagaming standpoint, I most certainly am not supposed to do that. Every time I've done that before, it ends badly. Even the blue options end badly. But this ship has the Engi Medbot dispersal, so basically in this event, the station is filled with crazy people, and they'll kill your crew. If you dock with the station and investigate, I assume if you have sufficient medical facilities, you're actually okay. The Engi Medbot dispersal is pretty powerful as a medical healing tool, so let's do that, even though I am 90% sure I'm going to regret this. But you dock with the station and see a frantic person banging on the airlock door. Once inside your ship, he drops to the floor saying, "My friends, they've gone insane, they're coming." You hand him a blast and turn to see a number of people charging towards the ship. Prepare for a fight. Oh, I got a extra crew member. That's interesting. Didn't realize that could happen. Another Engi. That's just crazy. Okay. So, as you can see, the Engi, terrible warriors, but fortunately, with the Medbot, I am able to heal my Engi as they're fighting, and thus, eventually, very, very slowly, win the battle. You can see that the Medbot, while good, does not heal too much. The Engis are still taking damage from battle, but just need to be careful here, make sure that I don't actually lose any crew member. That would be very bad. Looks like I should be fine. Yes. Right, and the healing's not super great, but it gives you enough of an edge to win. So that was actually, now I have 4 Engi on this ship. That's crazy. I don't actually think I've ever had this many Engi on board a ship before. It does mean that if one of my systems gets damaged, it's completely irrelevant, since with this number of Engi, I will repair the system almost immediately. Problem is, this ship will get annihilated by boarders, which is much more of a problem, I feel. Let me think. We jump here, we can jump to the exit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, in theory, I can hit at least 3 more beacons. Actually, possibly 4, but it's probably not a good thing to do that. So, if we go to the stress beacon and then the exit, we can get out. But then we can go over here to continue to grind out the sector. I like grinding out sectors these days. An unvisited. If we can do this, distress beacon, this beacon, and into the exit. Let's just do this. 4 Engi. That's too many Engi. I might have to dismiss some of them. You find a number of ships fleeing from a small space station. You hail them, asking them what's wrong. Help! We're being overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders. Normally, I would never send a crew to help, but first of all, this is the Corvair spacecraft, and we all know what happens when you encounter giant space bugs, because, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that the Corvair spacecraft has been taken over, conquered, if you will, by a master race of giant space ants. It's difficult to tell from this vantage point whether the ants will enslave the captive Earthmen or consume them. But one thing is for sure, the ants are coming. There is no stopping them. And I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. So, I agree. I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. Your crew slowly creeps up on a cluster of creatures from behind. Without warning, giant arachnids turn in charge. However, your team stays in control, and before long, you've beaten them back, just like on the show. Contact the station owners. They are thrilled with your success and offer you a reward. 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 10 scrap. That is awesome. Normally, I would never do this, but on this ship, from a metagaming standpoint, 4 Engi and a human, I could afford to lose someone. Let's go to the exit. Let's see what's here. You ride a long-range beacon. You find a rebel automatic scout floating near the beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. Ship can't really hurt me. I have plenty of drone parts. Let's attempt to download the ship's data stores. And we got 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 9 scrap, plus map of the sector. This beacon has nothing, but this is what we're gonna do. Let's continue grinding out the sector. Debris from a battle is scattered about the system. A few pieces bounce against your ship. You passively scan them and discover there's a functioning weapon, an ion bomb. That is awesome. I love ion bomb. That is my favorite bomb weapon. Okay, well, things are looking up. Definitely want to power the ion bomb. That leaves me with a bit of extra. Oh, I only have 26 scrap. I was gonna upgrade engines again. Alright, let's go to the exit and get out of this sector. We will have to fight elite fighter. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. We found the exit beacon, but rebels got here first. You must survive long enough to jump to the next sector. This ship has weapons actually aren't that bad. Artemis or Leda missiles plus dual laser. Dual laser can't hurt me. Use the ion bomb plus the anti-ship drone to finish this off. So ion bomb the shield generator, and then, or we'll just jump out of here as soon as the FTL charges. Honestly, fighting this ship is mostly a pointless exercise. But okay, we'll activate the anti-ship drone now. They do have a Artemis missile though, which is kind of annoying. Race Banyan goes back to the shield room. Ouch, that is actually doing a surprising amount of damage. I probably didn't need that second ion bomb there, but just for good measure. Oh, I know what I should do now. What am I thinking? Target down their weapons. Come on. Good. Okay, now we can finish off the ship. Although we've taken more damage than I would have liked from this particular encounter, unfortunately. There's no time to salvage the enemy ship. Let us go away. I'm sending them to the med med bay, because it takes too long to heal them otherwise. Alright, let's keep him over here, so he can access this part. No, let's keep him in the drone bay. That's the most critical system on this ship. Next sector, Zoltan Control Sector, or Uncharted Nebula. I don't really like Nebula. Zoltan Control Sector, the chance to get some Zoltan crew is good. A lot of hostile sectors, I have to say. Let's do this. You arrive in Zoltan space. From when you hear they anticipate the coming war and make preparations to hold their border. Alright. There is a store. There are some nebula. There should surely be more than one store. Because going to the store right now is kind of pointless. Let's do this. You catch a glimpse of a strange signal coming from a space station before your sensors shut off unexpectedly. As you discover that your sensors are being jammed, you hear hostiles beam aboard your ship. Prepare for a fight. Where are these hostiles coming? Going into med bay? That is a lot of them in the med bay. And then there's 2 of them in the sensor room. That is no good. Alright. So you can see this ship's Achilles heel is boarding. Even with the Engi medbot healing my Engi, they are just terrible fighters. Humans are doing okay. As long as they're in the med bay, they're okay. Homer is doing very well as a warrior. I'll bash your face good. Sambo here is dying. That's no good. And then, oh, they're going to the center room here. All right. Wow, that was pretty close. Sambo, he's repair guy. Hispanian goes back to the shield room. And Tai E here goes to the engine room. Alright, that was annoying. Into the nebula we go. With the sensors down, you spend a good deal of time staring out the window. It is beautiful here. Tango wrecks of many ships fly away in dormancy here. You see a light. You see lights flicker on what looks like debris. A rebel scout bursts out of the wreckage. Let's see. Well, what we need is the anti-ship drone. And we will target down their shield generator. Oh, they hit my weapons. That's no good. Except I have Engi crew who repairs the systems super quick. The ion blast takes no time at all to charge up. So we are good. Ugh, I'm taking a lot of damage. I need to go to the store to repair or find a hull repair drone system. This is actually kind of bad. So the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful materials. Alright. That should do it. Oh, Buzz Aldrin is hurt a bit. That's no good. You have plenty of drone parts. I've been pretty lucky this game. Sometimes you can go for many beacons without getting drone parts, which is a very dangerous thing for this particular ship. You glance out the windows, but the only thing to greet you is more clouds and silence. Alright. Need to find another store. You stumble upon some Zoltan military vessels engaging in combat training. Their energy shields are impressive, but you know how quickly beam and ion weaponry take them down. Exactly. You discover one of the rebels' autonomous scouts. The ship's AI wastes no time engaging your ship. Burst Laser Mark II, and an Ion, plus a beam drone. Yeah, this is a nasty ship. Gonna take some damage from this. So let us disable the weapons after this. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Ugh. Okay, we've disabled some of their... We need to keep firing on their shield system. Okay, good, good, good. Good. They are missing. Alright, now we can turn back on the oxygen, which is getting pretty low. And actually turn on the healing bay too. Good. Ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. No store yet. That's a problem. My health is very low. Mantis outcasts sometimes make the mistake of taking the Zoltan for easy game. Scout moves in to attack while boarding party beams aboard from a nearby transport. Oh, this is really, really, really bad. I cannot emphasize enough how bad this is. Except, fortunately, that this ship cannot hurt me. Okay. This is gonna be brutal battle. 3 Mantis plus 2 that's gonna beam aboard. That's 5 Mantis. This is like the nightmare scenario. Okay. Yeah, without blast doors, I'm pretty much helpless. And the Mantis do so much damage that this is going to be incredibly annoying. We might as well start hurting their ship. It's not like I need to power engines or anything like that. What I need to do is micromanage my crew so that they don't die horrible, horrible deaths. And let's see. We're gonna have to withdraw from the piloting. Mantis are gonna succeed in blowing that up. Fortunately, we are about to kill the first boarder, which is good. Then we can go to the sensors, and looks like we should be good from here on out. Excellent. That was actually quite close. Ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of used scrap material, but I am still fighting for my life against these boarders. 5 Mantis, that's too many. If that ship had like serious weapons in addition to the boarders, I don't think I would have died, but it would have been close. I'd probably be down to red health, for sure. Alright, that was too close for comfort. Really need to find a store. Where are the stores? I'm saving my scrap because I want to see what's available in a store to buy. Zoltan sector should have like 2 or 3 stores. You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. I most certainly am going to attack the slaver scum. This ship literally cannot hurt me. Hopefully I can get another free crew member out of this. So this is a refreshing change of pace from the brutal battle that was the previous battle. We surrender. Take one of our slaves as tribute. I accept the offer. Get a rock crew member. Excellent. That'll provide some anti-boarding security. No store yet. This is a serious problem. Huh. We can go to this beacon, and then this beacon, then this beacon, and then to the exit. The exit's only linked to one beacon. Okay, I understand. This is getting dangerous now. Scanners reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful material while we wait for the FTL to recharge. So now, I am definitely not inclined to exploit the asteroid field with only 10 health left. If I exploit the asteroid field and lose half that health, pretty much done. So sometimes you just have to choose the safer option. Too dangerous. Distress beacon, no store though. We can still hit distress beacon and then come back there. I love hitting distress beacons. Can't resist. It's an asteroid field. You jump interrupts the Zoltan security ship as it follows a Mantis pirate into the asteroid field. They message you. Your presence here will continue to be tolerated, but please do not interfere. So normally I would fight the Mantis, but with this ship, given it's an astrofield, the Zoltan are going to be much easier targets, so we're going to actually save the Mantis ship. So sometimes you have to bet on the underdog, even on the rare occasions that the underdog is a Mantis warship. Set off for the heart of the astrofield and engage the Zoltan there. This ship can't really hurt me unless it gets super lucky. And we will use... we got plenty of drone parts. We'll use an anti-ship drone to speed this up. Ugh. Yeah, if it gets lucky when the laser and the ion hits and an asteroid hits at the same time, I'm gonna take damage. Which is no good. Oh! Again? Oh, that's no good at all. Okay, I am taking much more damage than I thought I would. I need to take down their weapon system. Oh, they destroyed my drone? That's annoying. The disadvantage of this ship, of course, is you can't selectively target systems. Man, the shields are barely holding. Oh, this is very, very close. Very dangerous. Okay, good. The Mantis are so grateful that it only take 3/4 of the loot, leaving the rest for you. How civilized. This is going to be a very close run affair. Okay, another astrofield? That's not good. You're arriving in astrofield and are greeted by a Zoltan guard. By attempting to access these closed mining fields, you are in violation of the Natural Mineral Protection Act. Your weaponry will be confiscated for processing. I agree, I do not have time for this. Again, this ship could theoretically hurt me if it gets lucky. Best to kill it as soon as possible. I only have 7 health left. That is not enough health. Not enough health at all. Okay, well. So if the beam weapon plus the asteroid plus the laser hits at once, I would be very close to my ship getting destroyed, which is no good. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Okay, need to charge up, and then let us get out of this asteroid field as soon as possible. No store yet? Oh, come on. This is too brutal. You spot a pirate ship leading a small Zoltan cruiser. They spot you and move to attack before your FTL driver has a chance to recharge. And they have missile weapon. This is a disaster. Okay then, well. Here's hoping that I survive. I don't actually need level 2 shields, that's pointless. On this particular ship, because they only have a heavy laser. Oh, the missile missed. That is fortunate. And we took down the missile weapon temporarily, and which is a very good thing. Now let's sort of mess around with the weapons and try to... okay, good. We took down all their weapons. Enemy ship appears to be powering FTL, trying to escape. Now we have to target down the helm, which is a problem. Almost. Ship is almost destroyed. One more hit from my drone. Excellent. But I have to eat another missile, which missed again. Good fortune. No store. Oh, you gotta be kidding. The store must have been one of these beacons. Wow. That means I have to make upgrades. I don't really need that. Given how bad the situation is, we'll upgrade weapons once so we can have the ion bomb and we can disable systems like that. I mean, plenty of missile weapons. Ship with pirate markings demand your surrender. In sad times when even Zoltan space is beset by pirates, you doubt these fools will be missed. I agree. This is yet another close run affair. I'm gonna have to ion bomb their weapons bay because I cannot eat these missiles. One more damage, down to 6 health. Okay, good. It's not so bad yet. anti-ship drone is doing slow but steady damage. And my Ion Blast is taking care of their shields. So far, so good. The enemy ship appears to be powering FTL, except its piloting is down, so that's completely irrelevant. You take out their missile weapon. Good. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Why can't I get one of those repair station events? Those are good events. You arrive at a long-range beacon. Oh! That's hilarious, I have to say. That is absolutely hilarious. I was like, why can't I get that event? And look at that! What serendipity. So, I would repair 20 damage, because this is the best possible event. It's the cheapest repair price, 2 scrap for 1 health. So that's just beautiful. Alright, with only 1 scrap left, but with my health restored, I am feeling much more confident. I can go to civilian sector or rebel sector. That's a good question. My ship is pretty capable of taking on most anything, especially with this crazy glaive beam. I mean, what I should do is power the ion bomb plus the glaive beam, and now destroy everything. I'm gonna keep the glaive beam for sure. This is a good setup. Like, I have endgame weapons. I don't need any more weapons to win this game. I just need to upgrade the fences on this ship now. So I have to decide, rebel control sector or civilian control sector. From a meta-aiming standpoint, civilian sector is probably the better choice. But why the hell not? Let's fight our way through the galaxy. This sector was bustling with activity just a few years ago. Now more than half the jump beacons have been destroyed. Many settlements have been abandoned, and rebel